When the phone rings, episode 7, secrets unveiled and shocking theories explored. The long-awaited moment has finally arrived. Seo-hyun and Hee-ju are stepping into their dating era. The chemistry between Yoo Yoon-seok and Chae Soo-bin was undeniable in this episode, especially when Seo-hyun passionately confessed, "Tell me how to not love you," before sharing an unforgettable kiss with Hee-ju. It wasn't just any kiss, it was the culmination of longing, vulnerability, and love. He kissed her like he'd been waiting all his life for this moment. For sure, Yoo Hyun-suk never disappoints. Meanwhile, the person or people behind the kidnapper are still shrouded in mystery. Seo-hyun kissed her as though his very life depended on it, proving once again that Yoo Yoon-seok's emotional range is unmatched. He kissed her like he'd been waiting all his life for this moment. For sure, Yoo Hyun-suk never disappoints. Meanwhile, the person or people behind the kidnapper are still shrouded in mystery. Seo-hyun took a drastic measure to protect Hee-ju by going public with the threats, not minding the repercussions it'd have on his reputation. This is a man in love. This way, the police can aid in the investigation. What's more, the recently concluded episode 7 was more about Seo-hyun and Hee-ju being in sync, finally communicating, and being open to one another. For the first time, they were able to communicate with words. However, it looks like trouble is on the horizon, as hinted in the preview for the next episode. Despite having found out that Hee-ju was 406, Seo-hyun waited for her to come clean, without pressure. He even went ahead to sneak the voice-modulated phone back into her bag. Instead of anger, he loved and took care of her. With loving intentionality, Seo-hyun tried to change Hee-ju's tragic past amusement park memories with beautiful ones. Hee-ju and her step-siblings got into an accident after they visited the amusement park, marking the beginning of her woes. When Seo-hyun found out she wanted to come clean about being 406, he knew it could mark a new beginning for them, as it must have taken Hee-ju so much courage and trust to step forward. He takes her back in time to replace her memories of the amusement park, and crowned her effort with a heartfelt confession at the tower. "Tell me how to not love you." The episode was swoon-worthy, with how he washed her hair, dried it, and tucked her in. The awkwardness and tenderness weren't missed. He went out of his way to make sure she was okay. To protect her identity and involvement, he exposed himself to public scrutiny. This was why Hong Il-kyung asked him who he was trying to protect. With his status and resources, he would have easily handled the situation, without going to the public. But then, he realized the situation was turning more dire, with Hee-ju's accident. Seeing him torn apart by the public, Hee-ju decided to come clean, because she didn't want him to suffer alone. Now their dating era is here. Meanwhile, something seems amiss with Doo-jae. Sometimes, it seems like he's completely on Seo-hyun's side, with the way he showed concern for Hee-ju after the accident, but other times, it seems like he has some tricks up his sleeves. Seo-hyun gave him the voice-moderated phone to examine, after he found Hee-ju. With their findings, they can reverse the kidnapper's hacking code, to locate the kidnapper. This could be the reason the kidnapper's accomplice asked him to retrieve the phone back from Hee-ju. Doo-jae is the only one aside from Seo-hyun, who knows they plan to use the phone to track the kidnapper. What's more, how did the accomplice know that Hee-ju had no plan to divorce Seo-hyun, if he hadn't seen them together during the retreat? Maybe, his initial plan was to drive a wedge between them, by making Seo-hyun find out that Hee-ju was 406. But when that brought them closer, instead of driving them apart, he decided to make Seo-hyun, who's learning how to love Hee-ju, feel sorrow by losing her. Hence, he pushed her off the cliff. If this is true, it means he's one of the twins, and wants Seo-hyun to feel the pain of losing someone dear to him, like he lost his twin. But then, there has to be other accomplices. Like Hee-ju pointed out, the odd-eyed kidnapper slipped when he said us. From the Beck's reaction, it seems like Yoo Eing knows nothing about it, as he was more concerned about himself, thinking Hong A-kyung wants to replace him. However, Hong A-kyung's reaction seemed suspicious. Kyu Jin was also on the defensive side. As a former negotiator and a criminal psychologist, she could be involved. It's obvious the odd-eyed kidnapper is the real Seo Hyun. Heeju mentioned that he smelled like fish, which I've always said is a clue. It's also obvious that Seo Hyun is not the real Seo Hyun, with Kyu Jin grooming him to become her son. And Yoo Yi-young's outburst about giving him the name also alludes to this. Do Jae might be an accomplice close to Seo Hyun, but someone in the family has to be involved, with the amount of knowledge they have about Seo Hyun and Heeju. What's more, with the kidnapper's sketch now public, a rotten can of worms is about to be opened. Did you notice the man with the shaky hands, when the news about the kidnapper broke? This could be the fisherman, who saved the real Seo Hyun, after he was drowned by his late grandfather. What's more, it seems like Sang-woo recognized him, as the boy from his childhood who he's after. In the preview for the next episode, you can see Seo Hyun confronting him, about knowing the kidnapper's identity. Sang-woo hadn't known the family the mansion belonged to. This was why he was asking for information about the ring. On his first visit to the mansion, he saw the portrait of a hand with the ring. He's yet to know that the mansion belongs to the Becks, and the hand belongs to the late chairman, who also wore the ring when he drowned his grandson, the real Seo Hyun. Meanwhile, it looks like Inyoon has Heeju's interest at heart, and she could be the reason for her return. What's more, someone sent her a file on Seo Hyun before their wedding, prompting her to demand that Seo Hyun cancel the wedding. Could it have been Seo Hyun who sent the file, in hopes she'd renege, and he'd get Heeju? Meanwhile, from the preview, we are in for some happy times, as love blooms between Heeju and Seo Hyun, as they bask in their newfound happiness. With Seo Hyun under intense public scrutiny, he grows anxious and asks Heeju if she could extend the same understanding to him, as he had shown her when she learns everything about his past. Meanwhile, Seo Hyun starts to put the pieces of the mysterious puzzle together. Sang-woo is looking more suspicious by the day. Seo Hyun takes Heeju away from him, querying him about knowing the kidnapper's identity, and making it known he's wary of him. Sang-woo might have figured out the identity of the kidnapper, after the news of his odd eyes broke. Meanwhile, Heeju pleads with Seo Hyun not to hide anything from her. What's more, the kidnapper exploits the setting of a public event to get closer to Seo Hyun. Seo Hyun is trapped in a smoke-filled building, as an anxious Heeju tries to get through to him, via phone. How excited are you for their dating era? And who do you think is behind the kidnapper? On a scale of 1 to 10, how will you rate their kiss? How excited are you for this new chapter in Seo Hyun and Heeju's relationship? And what are your theories about the kidnapper's true identity? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates and deep dives into When the Phone Rings. See you next time.